If you don't believe in magic, my gorgeous Capricorn, now it's time for you to start believing in magic, because something magical it's about to happen to you at the beginning of this week, okay? And I want to say this to you because this is so important. Now, this reading is for the week in between the 23rd and the 29th of January 2023. At the beginning of this week, something magical is going to happen, something really magical, and you are going to be blown away. And it's more about the actual experience that you are going to have. This experience is going to open your eyes. It's going to really kind of make you aware of the fact that there is so much more to life than what you are going through right now. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that you're not going through things in your life, but you will see exactly what I mean. It's going to give you taste, and it's going to give you a flavor of what is about to come into your life. This is what you're gonna see. This is what you're gonna come across at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, and you are going to find this really magical purely because of the way you're going to feel. This is going to cause an instant vibration. Your spirit is going to be rising. Your spirit is going to rise to the level it has never risen before, and at the same time, this is indeed going to make you aware of the very wise choice, one of the wise choices you have ever made, and one of the wisest choices you will ever make, my gorgeous Capricornians. This wise choice that you're going to be presented with at the beginning of this week, it's going to make the next 2 months the most interesting next 2 months of your lifetime. That's how important this is going to be, because now suddenly you will know exactly what an impact on your life this is going to make. You will be able to change your life. You will be able to nurture your life, and most importantly, you will be able to do what you always wanted to do, and you will be able to express yourselves in the ways you were never able to express yourselves before. This is absolutely to do with your spiritual journey and with your soul purpose and your life purpose being highlighted yet again, but it's also to do with an important moment where you're going to need to understand that you're going to need to be clever, which you are. You know, you're going to need to be sharp, but most importantly, you're going to need to be very quick, especially when it comes to making a specific decision. But at the same time, you are also going to need to understand that you are going to need to be also patient when it comes to this process, when it comes to this progress. You know, you must not let that put you off whatsoever, because now the time of transformation, it's about to start. Now the time of transformation, you are really going to find yourself now suddenly feeling so uneasy and so bored with so many new different aspects in your life. There is so much that is going to start getting on your nerves from the beginning of this week, but more like to get on your nerves, like why you didn't do like anything about it before. It doesn't matter, my gorgeous Capricornians. It's better later than ever. You have learned a great deal about yourself. You're very clever, you're very smart, you're extremely intelligent. So you've learned quite a great deal about yourself within the last 2 or 3 years, especially when it comes to you being intuitive, and especially when it comes to you being psychic, and so much being confirmed to you. You know, your biggest fears have been confirmed to you, but then again, nothing to do with your life. You know, it's to do with things that you were like maybe thinking about other things on the outside. You know, all this is going to start making sense to you, but it's only going to highlight your psychic abilities and the power of your own intuition. If you haven't been following your own intuition over the last 2 or 3 years, you would never get to this absolutely mind-blowing stage of your life. So the time of transformation is starting. So as I said, you know, suddenly lots of things are going to start getting on your nerves, and this is purely because you will know and you will fully understand how much is actually missing in your life, and you're almost going to be blaming yourself. Why didn't I do it before? As I said, you know, better later than ever. The reason why it didn't happen before, because it wasn't meant to happen before. The things that you've learned about yourself and about the things on the outside have been absolutely crucial in order for you to have such a high level of understanding. and in order for you to start this absolutely mind-blowing process of the actual transformation in your life, which means that this is absolutely no, baby, no. It is not a good week to sign a big contract. It is not a good week to kind of invest into something full on. If you want to do something like that, bound yourself to something, for example, something huge in terms of contract and things like that. If you want to do this, then after the 29th of January will be absolutely fine. But when it comes to this week, no, baby, no. I'm not saying, sorry, I'm not saying something horrible would happen, something nasty would happen, but I'm just saying to you this, to not to waste this precious vibration and precious energy, because you're not going to have a time to kind of notice things that you should notice. You know, if you start signing big things and things like that, you're not going to have enough time, because that is going to take your attention from things that you should be paying attention to, towards a little signs and little ideas. You know, there are going to be lots of little ideas that you're going to have, and if these little ideas are crucial, because sometimes the littlest ideas make the biggest impact on our life, and don't forget about that, my gorgeous Capricornians. And if you would go like to kind of sign something or invest into something, this just creates a very kind of specific vibration in itself that requires a great level of your own concentration taken away from that, so you're not able to kind of like absorb as much as you possibly can otherwise. You see what I mean? So this is really, really important, and I like it so much. You are about to become so kind of open-minded. You're going to become so kind of ambitious, and you're going to become so determined. You know, you will know that this is going to bring a success into your life, a mind-blowing success. But then at the same time, when you become aware of some kind of like, again, you see what I mean, like some kind of breaking news or something on the outside, yet again something mind-blowing and something completely stupid and ludicrous and crazy, it's again going to be confirmed to you, something that it's absolutely not going to make sense to you whatsoever. Okay, so this in itself, at the time when you hear this breaking news, like now something is really going to surprise you with this breaking news. Something is going to go on a completely different level, and it's going to sound like really scary, but then at the same time, you know, you were kind of like really, you were aware of this, so you are really got to the stage where nothing surprises you anymore. You know what I mean? But it's more about at around the time when you hear this like kind of breaking news, the thing is that, you know, this is also the time, this is going to be your sign that now it's time to explore, and now it's time to actually pay attention to those things that make you enthusiastic, my gorgeous Capricornians. And it's time to start some kind of a project as well. Which project I'm talking about, I don't need to tell you what this is, because this is going to be on your mind at the time when you hear this breaking news. So this is, you're going to be able to put two and two together, trust me. By the time you get to the actual, almost as it's like to do with a new direction, but it's not a new direction. Do you see what I mean? This is all going to be obvious, trust me. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, and now by the time you get to the mid part of this week, there is a really wonderful person in your life that is a kind of going to make itself known. This particular person in your life, somebody who you really kind of get on with, somebody who means to you so much, somebody who is either like your family member or either like a great friend. But I'm talking about somebody really, really strong, and somebody really powerful, somebody ridiculously intelligent, and somebody who you really look up to. This person is not only like a very spiritual, but this person is also really successful when it comes to their life in general. They seem to this person seem to be full of experience, and this person seem to also make the right decisions as well. I'm talking about someone beautiful in and out, like literally here, somebody in your life who is really kind of going to tell you something, and they're going to point out something to you. So you are going to have a conversation with this person. Conversation is going to be about something completely different, something like, oh, the weather is nice, isn't it? And then it's going to end up being really, really serious conversation. There are so many aspects that you're going to end up talking about, and then suddenly that person is going to highlight about something about you. That person is going to mention something about you. Why you're not doing this? Why you're not doing that? You know, you've been talking about about this for a while, and then this is something that is really gonna like take your attention, and you're gonna start paying attention to what this actually is. And then at the same time, this is really going to kind of like on one hand gonna highlight some kind of like an unfinished business, something that you need to deal with. Okay, this is very important. This is to do with a very important part of your spiritual journey that you've left behind. But at the same time, what else is actually going to come from this person, through this person, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's like some kind of idea how you want your life to be in the future. And this is the main bit. This is the most important part here. Through that person, you are going to have the direct idea, or clear idea. You're going to attach to something what they do. You're going to feel such a strong familiarity with it just by thinking about it. You will know that you want to bring this into your life in such a way where you are really going to be inspired by something what that person has done, that something what that person is having in their life. So this is something that it's also like kind of going to inspire you so much indeed. And I like it. It's some kind of idea how you want your future to be and how you want to live your life, you know, and also make your life so much more meaningful and so much more happier. You know, it's a lot to do with your immediate environment, but it's also to do with you like making a quite big decision when it comes to your immediate environment. And this is something that it's only gonna at that moment in time gonna give you food for thoughts, but then again you are really gonna feel inspired by this. You know, you're gonna feel something in your soul, in your spirit. Oh, I want to do this, because you will know that that person is enjoying something and being happy with something, and that's exactly the destination that you want to get. Very shortly after that moment in time, you know, you are really going to have a little bit of a tower situation, something kind of uncomfortable. It's actually going to happen, which is going to throw you out of balance a little bit. But then again, you are actually going to have a tower moment. The tower moment is to do with a negative situation, which is going to throw you out of balance. And the first of all, it's going to surprise you what is going to happen, because this is going to be connected to the certain changes that you're going to need to apply to your life after. And this is like going to scare you a little bit. But then again, you're going to be like thankful to God. Why? Because some kind of bad and negative situation, you know, it's going to come to an end. Very horrible and challenging situation that you were part of. And this tower situation is just organically gonna work in your favor. So something that you should have kind of moved away from anyway, it's organically going to come to an end. And first of all, it's going to throw you out of balance. But then again, you're going to be grateful to God that basically this situation happened, so you don't have to like kind of make the necessary adjustment for yourself. So this is actually going to work in your favor, and you're going to realize only like a couple of days after that moment in time, you know, if that tower situation didn't happen, you wouldn't be able to move on from something that was making you way too unhappy for way too long. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to also show you exactly what was affecting you, from you not coming out of yourself, especially when it comes to you maybe exploring more, when it comes to you letting more people into your life, when it comes to you kind of enjoying your life, when it comes to you living your life. You will see how much this was actually affecting you, because as soon as like after that after that comes to an end, you're also going to now suddenly want to reconnect with so many people in your life, and you will know that was draining your energy so badly, like, oh my God. But also at the same time, you're going to start thinking about doing different things, exploring. You're going to go into this such a wonderful mode where you're going to be thinking that there is so much more to do, there is so much more to explore. This life is very, very short, and of course this life is to live, you know, to the fullest. And this is what you want to, this is the destination that this is going to be kind of bringing you towards, exactly where you should be at this stage of your life. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, by the time you come to the last part of this week, by the time you get to the last part of this week, you are, my goodness, you're going to be so indecisive, especially when it comes to the 28th and the 29th of January. Something is going to be on your mind so much that is going to be making you feel indecisive. It's going to be draining your energy, and it's going to be driving you mad, like literally, well, not driving you mad, but you know what I mean. So you're going to feel extremely indecisive. When you feel indecisive, indecisive at around on the 28th and the 29th of January, you need to pay attention to why you're indecisive, and you need to pay attention to why you are not honest with yourself, because it's still to do with a certain unfounded fears that you need to release. You need to let go, and you can only release this fear and let it go by being honest with yourself and by understanding that it's to do with you kind of moving on. It's to do with you leaving one situation for something much, much, much better. But you also need to be honest with yourself at the same time. What exactly do you want to do? You need to fully embrace your emotions at this time of your life, my gorgeous Capricornians, and only you can do this. So when you find yourself indecisive, you need to be honest with yourself. What has come to an end again? And because what has come to an end, it's also to do with a very kind of horrible stage of your life that now requires from you to make an adjustment. And this adjustment that you're going to need to make is for some reason going to make you feel really scared. But then at the same time, you're going to be reminded of the things that you have been through over the last year, lots of sadness that you have been through, lots of unfulfilled kind of hopes and desires, and it affected your life in such a way where you didn't even realize maybe it was affecting your relationship with other people. So that means that something was draining your energy to the point where you've kind of lost yourself. And it happens when we keep on doing things that we are doing just for the sake of doing things. Do you know what I mean? Instead of doing those things that make us feel really, really happy. So this is something that you're gonna be reminded of, all the sadness and negativity and everything negative that you've been through over the last year. And now suddenly, a couple of days after that moment in time, you are really going to have you're going to realize such a massive potential that you didn't see and you didn't realize before. So my gorgeous Capricornians, it's all going to start with you being indecisive, but you will know exactly what am I talking about here, and you need to be honest with yourself. And it's all going to boil right down towards you realizing after that moment in time. So this is why you have to be honest with yourself, because that in itself is going to bring you this realization where you're going to see the potential, a mind-blowing, a life-changing potential that you actually didn't see before. That potential in itself is going to inspire you so much, to the point where you're going to feel confidence you didn't feel in years. You're going to feel self-esteem you didn't feel in years. You're going to feel the energy and vibe you didn't feel in years, because now for the first time in years you are going to have a control of this situation in your life that came to an end a while back. But sometimes when it's to do with something that we used to feel passionate about, it takes us a while until we realize exactly what that is. This in itself is going to lead towards a really mind-blowing stage of your life, but at the same time it is going to make you feel so much happier. Trust me, my gorgeous Capricornians, you will realize by the end of this week how powerful you actually are. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what this oracle card is going to be going to reveal when it comes to this week. What this oracle card is going to reveal, my gorgeous Capricornians. Oh my goodness, you see this willpower. You're about to have your willpower back. This is absolutely brilliant, and this is why you need to you see this willpower. You're gonna have your willpower back. I'm not surprised at all, because this is yet again a one particular week which is gonna be so highlighted, especially when it comes to your own comeback. But at the same time, you are really kind of gonna start making sense, of things that didn't make sense before. But at the same time, this is a very healthy spiritual sign that you need to pay attention to those little messages, subtle messages when it comes to your intuition, important, but you also at the same time need to pay attention to the actual little ideas. What I said before, sometimes those littlest ideas that we have, they become the most important part of our spiritual journey, that we don't even realize what an impact on our life this actually brings. So it's not always like a huge idea, amazing idea, that it's always going to be the one which is going to make us feel so ultimately happy and successful. Sometimes they're the littlest and the smallest ideas that make the biggest impact on our lives. So that's why you need to pay attention to willpower, because this is the week which is also marking the time when your willpower it's about to return. Once your willpower return, my gorgeous Capricornians, nothing can stop you ever again, and all you have to do is follow your passion. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.